New York really represents the epitome of a Tiffany holiday. It's really about this idea of New York City sparkle.
People flock to New York to see New York. It's the time of year when the city is illuminated with lights. Many people come to New York for that holiday experience.
You know, from going to see the tree at Rockefeller, from, walking down Fifth Avenue and seeing all of the holiday windows.
It's a big part of the New York tradition to come to Tiffany and to enjoy the windows.
Every single one of the windows this year represents a different scene from New York around the holiday time. New York is such a key brand attribute, and really what we wanted to do with these windows was lift up New York at the holiday time through a very Tiffany lens.
We try to pull out all the stops when we're coming up with the work that we do during the holidays. This year we're looking a lot at the legacy of Jean Moore.
I think Jean Moore was one of the first true storytellers when it comes to retail windows and design.
Before Jean Moore, admittedly this was in the 40s, all jewelry store windows there was a little stand with a necklace, and that was that. I mean, Jean really did invent the whole aesthetic.
That legacy lives on in all of the work that we do, and we really do channel the spirit of Jean Moore.
He was a genius. I mean, he just saw things differently.
While I do look back to the past, and I always try to check in with Jean Moore and what he has done, I'm always trying to do something different. And so I try to partner with craftsmen who could bring an extra sense of magic to the windows. We search high and low for creative partners. I find them all over the world. Recently, we were in Germany hand-blowing glass ornaments that were one of a kind for Tiffany. We were working in China with the very finest of imperial porcelain. Wang Long is in Jingdezhen, China, which has been creating imperial porcelain for nearly 2,000 years. At Spaeth Design, we're seeing a lot of the magic come together. They're building our sets, if you will.
Tiffany is one of my favorite clients. They really take care of the artists, us as we're creating. They're giving us positive feedback. They're, cheering us on the whole way. Tiffany is always very appreciative, and we like that.
Well, this year we worked with an incredible textile artist, Aviva Stanoff. She brought to the windows this incredible fabric that is embossed with our aigrette design from the 1939 World's Fair.
We are a small boutique company. Tiffany's, of course, is a very large company that has a big vision. To be able to come to a place where an artisanal shop can help celebrate something so profound is really amazing.
So the aigrette motif is really used throughout the entire CVM campaign for holiday this year. We have it within the windows, and we've also had an opportunity this year to really take that aigrette motif and have that on the facades of some of our most important stores around the world.
It's an exciting challenge to make the holiday season new every year. Of course, we try to incorporate Tiffany blue, and the blue box is always at the heart of all of our windows. The watercolors are an important part of the design process. I might try a couple different things with paint before we go to start selecting fabrics, but it's also a great way to show the romance of the design work we do. So it's a very useful tool to imagine what can be and to communicate the thoughts that we have as we're brainstorming these designs.
We really think about the iconic Tiffany jewelry collections when we're designing the windows and really creating scenes that will lift up the diamond jewelry.
There's quite a few things that we do in-house at Tiffany that end up in the windows, and very often it's the pieces that touch the jewelry, that hold the jewelry. Everything you'll see has been hand-drawn, hand-painted, hand-sculpted, and then when it's time for the window to be installed, everything is done very meticulously. It's important that we try something different every year so that when the customer sees the window, there are many elements of surprise. The holiday season has always been important to Tiffany because we have a way of being an important part of people's traditions.
My favorite holiday window this year has to be the New York flagship doors. I love the light emanating out of the doors, and that sort of forced perspective that we've created really does give a sort of childlike view of Tiffany.
There's a window we've created called the Diamond Iceberg, and it's my favorite window. It draws its inspiration from a quote from Truman Capote, who referred to New York City as a diamond iceberg floating on river water. I wanted to create a visual treatment that explains the splendor of that reference. It's a very simple window, but I think it pays homage to the glamour and the majesty of New York City.
Holiday season in New York means to me getting a cup of hot cocoa and taking my kids out for that walk and going and showing them all the great things that Dad's made all year long.
New York City certainly sparkles during the holidays, and it's not just the lights and the trees and the gorgeousness in the windows, but it's really, if you look around, it's in everybody's eyes. We all know that it's a special time.
Going to see the holiday windows is a real tradition here in New York and across the world. Really what we've done is created these lavish sort of scenes and stories for customers to engage within.